Oh, good afternoon, everyone. Going to continue the tour this afternoon with leg 21, flying from Kavala, where we find ourselves here, down to Skiathos. Just show you on the map. So we are here at Kavala, and it's basically fly a pretty direct route today down to Skiathos. I might just have a look at Skopelos, do a circuit around Skopelos possibly, and then come back in and land on the southerly runway. I think when I looked earlier today, the winds were coming from this sort of direction, from the east. So whichever runway, it's a sort of slightly crosswind, but there's hardly any wind at all. I don't think so. It should be fine. So that's the route today, and as I say, we're here at Kavala. I'm not going to get a pushback because there's nobody around. I'll just do a swivel about turn and head out to the runway. I'll have a look at the winds when we get in the cockpit. So let's have a think. What are we doing? I suppose you better have master on first. And put our pumps on. Don't think I need the cross feeds on at the moment. And fuel pumps stay off to start the engines. Yep, I know I've got low what's it, so put the alternators on. Start my sky track before I forget it. So we'll just start the tracker, and we should be able to start the engines. Bit of heat on, maybe master on. Put the taxi light position lights on. G1000. So I'm going to head down. I don't know, let me just check the weather on Kavala, but I don't think there's hardly any wind there at all. I don't even know if I don't think we have a. I'm not sure there is a METAR for Kavala. Let me just check. LGKV. Oh yeah. Well, it's 5 knots from 050, so in theory we should take off in this direction. So maybe I'll take off that way. We'll see a bit of the mainland, and as soon as we take off, we'll swivel around and come back again. So we'll take off down to we'll turn out to the taxiway and then mosey on down a bit to the end. Well, not quite to the end, but taxi lights on, everything on. Okay, parking brake off. Set my QNH is 1025, which is quite high. 1025 is about 30.25. So if we set the barrow up to 30.25, we'll see what it is when we get to Skiathos. Let's set the GPS and I'll set the heading mode to where I want to be roughly. It's too slow doing it that way, let's do it this way. Set the heading round to there, because after we take off we'll be turning. Well, in fact, I probably need to turn back onto the path, so about there. Altitude, we'll just go up to about think we'll just go to 1500 feet initially. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, I'll let the parking brake off, so if I give it full right rudder. Spin out of the way of the mechanic. Another mechanic there. I'll head round this way. I'll head out to the wrong way. There's been another update, I think, to the diamonds. This doesn't look quite as bright as it used to, which is good. I found it was too bright. I'm not going to go down that taxiway because I'm not sure if there was another exit without going right to the end. So I'm just going to go down the go down the runway a little bit. We've probably got, it's quite a long runway this actually. Not sure how long it is, but it's pretty long. I think because they land airliners in here, so just come down a little way, make sure we've got enough room, but we shouldn't have too much trouble. Flaps for takeoff. Right, I'll swivel around here. Sorry, I was looking at something else. Wasn't looking where I was going. Doesn't look very long that actually. Oh well, never mind. Only about halfway, we'll give it a good welly. I think we should be fine. Turn. So quite a bit is over the water mainly, so once I get back on track I want to go and make a drink, so feel free to do the same if you're watching live. If you're watching the post live, then again feel free, just pause it, run it forward, whatever. Otherwise there's not much to see once you get out across the sea. coming up to 1500. I just didn't want to, as it's fairly, I don't think it's too many mountains anywhere. It's nice to have a look at the countryside. It looks like is that a ship out there or something? I don't know. Oh, I know I didn't, but I always forget to put my landing lights on and the strobes on, turn the taxi lights off. Should have had the landing lights off for takeoff, but never mind. Okay, so we are coming back round on heading mode at the moment, but so I'll put it on the heading mode, so we'll be able to fly it. And then once we get lined up with the GPS, we'll yeah, no, there are ships out there. Look, a tanker out there, another one out here. Put live weather on, so it's still a bit cloudy this time of year down in Greece. It's not quite the clear skies that one gets in the summer, but never mind. I'm not going to climb up into the cloud, so hopefully it won't be too bad for most of the journey, most of the flight. I think we could head round slightly round towards the south. Back a bit, about 2,400, something like that, just over 2,000 I'll do. Right, well, I'll start turning on to the GPS, try it in nav mode. Hope it doesn't do anything silly. Nope, that's on the GPS. And there we are, flying up 1500. So there are some hills about halfway, but this here, just trying to estimate. I'm not sure how high they are, that's the trouble. Maybe I'll just go up to 2,000 feet now we're away from the coast. Case. Okay, so flaps up, everything's okay, pumps off, taxi lights off, got plenty of fuel. Okay, right, I'm going to leave it on an external view. Shadows go a bit weird sometimes, look. Or reflections rather. that is. I've got reflections on just out of interest. Excuse me a minute or a second. I've got reflections on ultra, so they should be okay. But those things, if there's a line in something, like it seems to cut it off. So then it's not a reflection of the plane, but if we go down with it, you can see the reflections better then. But so we'll be clear of this little island here in a minute. British port or a fishing port down there. Good. Take a quick pic. That's another little bug they have. The sun shouldn't really shine through clouds quite like that, but I suppose if it's hazy it might, yeah. Right, so we are going to head straight across here, so I'm hoping I'm high enough. So not much to see, we're flying on autopilot at the moment, so I think it's time to go and make a cup of coffee. I'll leave it there for a second if you don't mind, and you can either watch the video or, as I say, there's only water to see at the moment. So, and I'll be back in 5 minutes or so once I've made a cup of coffee. Okay, so I'll see you again soon. I'll talk to you again soon. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, well, that was nicely timed. Let's have a look, see if we're... Oh yeah, we should just clear that gap there by the look of it. Horizontal flight, which is quite nice. We can have a look at this little island. Oh, it's not an island, it's a peninsula of the mainland actually. Just flying a bit below the clouds, so quite a nice little I don't know what that is down there. Could be a hotel, I suppose, if it's represented correctly. It's hitting the clouds a bit. A bit of little bit of turbulence over the hill there. Moving right through the gap. How about that? Or planning. There's quite a lot of trees there. This is part of the mainland as well. Another peninsula jutting out. I think I'll show you on the map. So we're coming basically near enough down this straight in really, but I want to have a quick look around Skiathos. So we'll do a slight detour, just explore the island of Skiathos. My wife and I stayed there once, somewhere along here I think it was. It might have even been in this little bit that comes in. I'm not sure. It was a nice little place, a nice little. Very rustic little villa place we had right on the seafront. It wasn't a beach or anything. I think it could well have been there actually, because I know that it came into a bay. I'll have a look at this place and see. So we'll descend and fly around the islands fairly low, and then fly back up, and then loop round and come in. Because the terminal's at the far end, so jets normally fly in this way, unless the winds are definitely from the south, and then they'll fly. So we've got runway, normally runway 19, which is what this is. The other way they come in is over Skiathos, and then do a 180 nearly. Come into land over past the town of Skiathos, but well, we could do that. I suppose we could come this way. Yeah, let's do that. But we won't do the full loop. We'll come round, because normally they would be much higher. But we're only a little GA, so we can cut ourselves around this island and come in this way, perhaps. See what time we've got. Feel free, if you're watching it afterwards, to move the video on, because it's about a 45 minutes flying time, I think. So we'll have a look at that when we get there. So Skiathos is 113.4. So if I put in, let's put in here 113.4. should be Skopelos, which it is. So once we get a bit nearer, I'll switch to nav mode, and then have a look around Skopelos Island, and then do a sort of visual approach into runway 01. I'll just check, see what the weather is in Skiathos, but SK. Yeah, currently the winds are 030 at 08, so 01 makes more sense anyway. So. So far the plane's behaving quite nicely, not doing anything strange. Interesting to see if it makes any difference to turning the autopilot off, but still not sure. One would think if one turned the autopilot off that there's no other buttons, is there? No. But it turns it yellow, which I presume is like a standby mode, I'm not sure. But I'm not going to worry too much. It's just sometimes it seems to have set the elevator trim too high, and as soon as you turn it off it tries to climb, so and you have to adjust it quite a bit. We shall see. I don't know if these videos encourage anybody to visit Greece. It's probably the wrong time of year, but to show it to its fullest. So Skopelos is quite nice, but you have to fly into Skiathos and then get a ferry across to Skopelos. Skiathos is the most famous for people holidaying. Skopelos is less populated and more Greek, if you like, than Skiathos is more commercialised, but nowhere near like the Spanish Rivieras or anything. Costas, I should say, not Rivieras. Italian Rivieras, Spanish Costas. So if we zoom out on the map a bit, we can see where we are in relation. Probably about halfway, just over halfway. So the next leg is completely over water. So again, if you want to run it forward a bit, feel free, as there's not much to see apart from sea. Pretty calm sea really, with only 3 knots of wind. 3 knots? No, 0.3. Oh, 8 knots. Not much though. Gentle breeze. We got clouds of supposedly a few at 1,200 feet and scattered at 2,500. So if we find we start getting into the cloud base, we'll descend a little bit, as I want to fly around Skopelos, but. Guess is, looking at this, that our view out the window is this direction, so I would imagine this is probably Skopelos, and that could be Skiathos, but I'm not sure, because there may be another very small island somewhere in here. Doesn't show any, so that looks more like Skopelos because it's more hilly than Skiathos. About 1,000 foot higher than Skiathos. So. But Skiathos could be just in the distance, I suppose. Yeah, that could be the mainland here. and then Skiathos is probably just coming into view thereabouts. And Skopelos is off to the left, I would think. I think if that is Skopelos, what I'll do is I'll go along this bit of the coast, and then I'll cut through there and come back up the other side of the coast. Because there's two sort of hilly areas. This one is it reckons 2,000 feet, and this one is 1,800 feet. So if we're at, say, 1,000 feet, yeah, we should be plenty of room to get through this little gap. So if I put it back on the heading mode for a minute, then change this to VOR1, change the course to bring that all the way around. I don't know, we should still pick it up, I think. I suspect it's the VOR is... The VOR is about here, so I'd expect that to point to this direction to line up. So we should see the bar stop. There we go. So the bars come in. So yeah. But I mean, as we get closer, it will swing. It will need to swing round a bit more to the south. I can do if I want to go that way, I will just change our heading for the moment. And if I put it on to nav mode again, it should correct itself to head for the VOR, which is on this point of the island somewhere, which is where we want to start our little detour. Quantity's okay, all temperature's okay, coolant temp's okay, all pressure's in the green, all temperature's in the green. No problems. Nada. mentioned it before, but it doesn't seem to like depicting where the sea joins the rocks in a lot of cases when it's in the distance. It's alright once you get up close, but it just under 34 nautical miles to Skiathos. See if there's any information on the winds. Yeah, they've got 2-3 degrees at the moment, but still from behind us. Whereas the METAR actually says 030, but it could change around the islands, I suppose. almost taste the Retsina. Stuffed olives, domades. Okay, I'll set so we're gradually descending just at 200 feet per minute down to 1,000 feet. I might just increase it a little. Here's Skiathos over here to our 1 o'clock. So we'll be circling around here and coming in to land in this direction. Runways around here somewhere. But let's have a little explore around Skiathos. Yes, you've got funny all these white bits. It looks really odd. I wish they didn't do that. I don't know if it's where it's rock rather than, you know. But it doesn't look right from a distance. It's only when you get up close that it starts to render the actual rock. But we'll see what it looks like when we get down to 1,000 feet. And we'll go around this area here and come back up the other side. It was the other side of the island that my wife and I stayed at, so I don't know, it looks probably be a bit steeper around here. Maybe there isn't the same land to build on the north side. See, they gradually disappear as you get closer look. It's a bit annoying from a distance, but might be something they fix in due course, possibly. As you can see, quite steep cliffs around there. Okay, what are we on? We're not on heading mode. We'll go on to heading mode. And then I'll bring the heading round. skim along the coast. And once I get, we'll have a quick look outside. Very green island, if I remember. Yeah, see, it's these rocks, the rocky bits as it drops into the sea. It doesn't render it till the last minute. Whether it's something to do with my graphics card or something, I don't know. It's not so bad when you get up close like this, but flying at a distance, it just doesn't look right. It's more like the White Cliffs of Dover or something, like here. Can't have everything, I suppose. Does look much better up close, even at this altitude. Right, well, we'll cut through this gap in a minute. Probably it doesn't look so bad from up above. It's when you're probably running nearly level with it from a distance. Yeah, it looks quite good when you get up close, apart from this bit where the sea is encroaching on the mesh. Okay, let's skim around here. Can skim southwards around these cliffs. Town or something down here, look, a fishing port of some sort. Quite a big town, well, large village, fishing port. Across this hilltop. A bit of a quarry down here by the look of it. And then we'll swing around and head up towards Skiathos. Now, no, it wasn't down in there. I think it's the next inlet in that my wife and I stayed at. Yeah, I do think there's that one. I think there's another one that is a wee bit larger. Yeah, it might be in this bit here, I think. let's go a bit further round. There's Skiathos over here, the airport. There's not much of a ferry journey across. Looks like there's a ferry or boat or something out here, unless it might be a small island, might be a small outcrop. I can't remember. I've just gone past it. No, it wasn't that one. Shows me going past it, but I can't see it. Don't know. One of these little inlets anyway was where we had our little cottage. That's probably the town of Kavala. Okay, right, well, I'm going to head off on a 203, so let's bring us back round to the left to 203 roughly. Then we'll descend a little bit more to around 700 feet, 800 feet maybe, 800 feet. Bring our speed back and get our flaps down. Have a look, see if we can see anything when we level up. Cruise liner in by the look of it. I think the airport's here, down in here. I remember, or is it? Oh no, it'll be down in the next one, the other side, where the cruise ship is going in. Maybe it's not on my flight path. Right. So I think we'll head off round. Our base turn. We'll head basically westward. Flaps down. Yeah, so we want to track round this island and then we head in on 008 for runway 01. Oops, sorry. I hit the keyboard by mistake. Well, I'm at landing flaps. Get the nose down a little bit. Round this way, so we want to be on 008, but I'm going to just cut inside this island and then I'll take the autopilot off and hopefully fly it more manually. cruise ship is in the town. Another one there by the look of it. Yeah, so the runway's in this dip. Hopefully, a few boats around. Hopefully that one isn't going to move across my flight path and it's just static scenery. So there's the runway lights flashing, just come into view. This is the Greek Saint Martin, which is coming over to the beach, which is quite hairy in a tube liner because it's quite a short runway. But worth having a go at. It's a lovely island though, Skiathos, very beautiful. Watch my speed. Okay. Right, so I think what we ought to do is just get ourselves almost lined up. And then I'll go manual and correct. Yeah, I might have to steer around those boats by the look of it. They're not quite low anyway. Right, let's try it, hope for the best.
Engaging autopilot. Engaging autopilot.
Did it disengage? It still says HP there. No, it hasn't disengaged it. Oh, hell.
Engaging autopilot. Engaging autopilot.
No. Alright, I'll leave it like that. It should have gone off. Maybe it has. Okay, let's come in over these boats. Why does the scenery... I think this... Well, it's not default scenery, it's added in scenery, but we've got to land over the top of these boats, which is a bit scary. Land into them. Right, gear down. Yeah, they shouldn't have put the boats there. And these houses here, although they look very Greek, there's a lot more red roofs in reality in Skiathos. I'm a bit high, but I'm able to clear those boats. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I got two sceneries in here actually, so I'll have to have a look. I'll have to have a look at the. I've got it off of flightsim.to. Fence, which is a wee bit high as well. Coming in. Well, that slight angle on the runway, but. Bit of braking, and we'll swivel around and have a look at the terminal. Yeah, I don't remember all these houses being quite so close to the airport either, but it might be. Okay, let's swivel around. Over the grass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those boats wouldn't be in the way like that. They wouldn't be allowed to be, I don't think. There's stuff coming in. No, this isn't the right scenery, because there is actually a should be all parking along here. I'll have to have a look. Maybe I haven't got it set up correctly. This looks like mainly default scenery, I think. Okay, I'll have to have a look before I venture off again, see if I can get it correct. This is how it used to be at one point, but they've extended it, and the scenery that I thought I'd loaded in was, let's go and park over here. They normally where the jets and things are parked, but we'll swivel. Oh, there's a ghost man walking there, look. He's been covered in some, I think he's fallen in the cement, that guy. Oh, we'll just swivel it around here and we'll stop. Okay. Well, wasn't too bad a landing, a bit skew whiff on the runway, but okay, let's put our parking brake on, and we'll turn the engines off. Zunk. Caution. Turn the fuel off, and turn the avionics master off, and I think our generators can go off, and the electric master can go off. Oh, welcome to Skiathos. I say I'll try and sort the scenery out before we leave, and we can have another look and see if it looks better. Certainly those boats out there are a pain. If I tried to land in a tube liner with those boats there, it would be a nightmare, I think. But you really do have to come in quite low over the runway. So, right, well, let's leave it there. I might be able to do another leg before Christmas sometime, but if I don't, Merry Christmas, and I'll catch up again in the new year. But otherwise, I'll see you again possibly next Wednesday. But in the meantime, keep safe, COVID-free, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks again for watching. I'll leave you with the my end screen, and don't forget to subscribe so you know when I'm streaming again or when I've posted another video. Thanks a lot. Ciao. Bye for now.